Moving forward over to Korea, which has begun as well. Already have a couple of play days that we were a part of as well. We'll get yours up on the screen here first, and it looks as if you've gone with 2. I can't see the first one because of the background. Looks as if it will be D+ and Sandbox, which I'm a little bit surprised by that because I have not got D+ in my absolutely making it.
Really? Okay. Show me yours. We'll bring that up on screen as well.
Oh, no, I do.
You're trolling.
Yeah, I'm trolling.
I was like, what? There's no way you don't have the 2 best teams in Korea.
In fact, it looks as
top.
if we've almost matched completely all the way down to really the bottom 2 categories.
Yeah.
Which are largely the same as it is. In fact, exact order all the way from top to bottom. Across the board there. So Sandbox and D+. I mean, historically, these are 2 teams that always make it to the majors, and then they do pretty much nothing. And I'm expecting that to happen once again. La Vega, of course, the 3-slot region, I'd put them in there as well as being the very, very likely team. And we both then agree that it comes down to BSG and Talon as the dark horses. Can they maybe upset La Vega, for example, and get themselves to the major?
Yeah, seems like we're very much in sync. I don't know. You can bring up the results, obviously, for Korea. I mean, the bottom couple of teams are certainly intriguing. We didn't know really what to expect from the likes of, BNA, Weeble, Blossom. Those rosters had shifted around quite a lot, whereas, D+ and Sandbox, exact same kind of what we expected. That said, I mean, very quick talking point is actually Sandbox, Nova jumping in for Envy.
Yeah.
That was very intriguing. And Envy Taylor was present, so don't know if there's
I think
a reason.
Permanent. I think it might be permanent.
But it worked for them.
Yeah,
so.
We haven't had official confirmation. I did have a look at their Twitter to see if this was like an official not changing of the guard, because it's actually a return for Nova. I guess a change for Envy Taylor, though, going to the coach position. Now, Good Boy, Nova did play in the R6 Summer Cup as well. So that has not been like a last-second change. It's not as if Envy Taylor was sick or anything. This seems to be pre-planned, and it seems as if that this might just about continue. In terms of the results, well, we actually did start off with an upset. Weeble came in, taking down BSG. That certainly doesn't really help their chances of being a team that can maybe knock off a La Vega, for example, get to the major. La Vega actually ended up beating D+ as well, further cementing themselves as a top 3 team in the region.
Yeah, I just don't think D+ are particularly good in best of ones, so we'll see how they go later on in the day. That game did go to OT, if I recall, so obviously can't be too critical of that. In terms of Group B, so D+ and Sandbox are, for obvious reasons, split. Sandbox did get a very convincing victory over Talon, but also interestingly, BNA got that dub over Blossom, which was probably not expected. I mean, a 7-5, again, BO1, very, very close, but BNA and both Weeble as well, playing upset, at least on the consensus of the desk. I think we got one prediction right on that broadcast.
We only got
one
the 4
right,
games. And that was the last game of the night, and it was a 50-50.
Exactly.
Rob
so
got it wrong.
Yeah, Rob went 0-4, which I mean, kind of expect. But yeah, it goes to show that Korea, whilst the quality of the siege, to be honest, is still not great. The attacks were very slow and stalled out, especially compared to what we saw in Asia.
Yeah.
But it's at least competitive. So.
I 100% agree with you there as well. We got to obviously see a little bit of Asia after Korea, and it was a definitely more entertaining siege, more attacker-minded. Korea was... And it's not like Korea was like super defensive-minded either. It was just very slow, and it didn't seem like they knew what kind of they were doing a lot of the times. But, I mean, look, that's Korea in a nutshell. They'll turn it on, though, every now and then and have a banging match, and I'll get to the major. We know Sandbox and D+, they'll be the Apex last hope, as they usually are. I think they're just a slow-burning region. Like, truthfully, I think Korea, at the start of a stage, they look honestly quite poor, and you wonder how do these guys even have 3 slots? Then they get to the major, they upset some NAL teams or EUL teams, and then they turn heads again. So that's typically...
And then they fall asleep.
And then they fall asleep.